Hello everyone, welcome to my channel again. Today we will discuss one problem from lead code, that is 1091, shortest path in a binary matrix. So the problem statement is saying we will be given with an m into n grid where all the cell values will be either 0 or 1. That is why it is calling a binary matrix. Now 0 means we can go through that and 1 means it's a blockage kind of thing. We have to reach from the top corner to the another side of the corner. And total how many cells we are crossing here? 2. So 2 will be our answer. Here if you see we have several zeros and ones. How we can come? Directly we can come like this, or we can come here, then here, then here. So in the second path, the path is less, that is 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 cell we have to cross. So the answer is 4 here. Now where we can move? From one cell, if we have to move to another cell, we can move in 8 direction, means this way, this way, this way, this way, here, 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 and here, means all top and down and the corner or diagonal cells also. Total 8 direction we can move for our next movement. And if we don't find any path, means suppose here 1 is present, so it's a total block, from 0 we can't move, then we have to return -1 as the answer. Now we will talk about how we can solve this kind of problem. First, I will show you some steps, like what can come into our mind while solving this problem. And from there, we can see if we can get into some algorithm or any techniques from there. So the first thing is, if this block 0, 0, there it is 1, or this block 2, 2, which is the corner one, source and destination, they are 1, then obviously we have to return -1. That is the first case we can check. So the first case is if grid 0, 0 or grid 2, 2 not 0, then we have to return false or -1. Now where we can start from 0 to 0, we can start. So we can write down here that from 0 to 0 we are starting. Now where we can go from 0, 0, this side or this side, because this side we can't go, that is outside of the grid area. Now in between these three, only we can go to 0, 1, because that is only 0, other two are 1. So we can go to 0, 0 to 0, 1 we can go. Now from 0, where all we can go? I can go here or here. So 0, 2 we can go, or 1, 2 we can go. Now from 0, 2 where we can go? From 0, 2 we can go only to 1, 2, because this side we can't go and this side is already visited. So from 0, 2 we can go to 1, 2. Now from 1, 2 where we can go? From 1, 2 we can go to only 2, 2, because this side we can't go, this side we can't go, and these two sides are already visited. So from 1, 2 we can go to 2, 2. And this 2, 2 is only our destination, right? Means we reached our destination. So we will end our search here. And to reach 2, 2, how many paths we crossed? 1, 2, 3, and 4. So 4 will be our answer. If we complete it, this whole structure, then we can get from 1, 2, we can go to 2, 2. But before that only we are getting 2, 2. So we will stop here. Now if you see this diagram, what thing is coming in your mind? Like what kind of traversal I am doing here? So first I am from 0, 0, we are going to 0, 1, because that is the only path. From 0, 1 we can go to either 0, 2 or 1, 2. From then we are starting with 0, 2 and completing all its child paths, you can say, that is 1, 2, or if anyone else is present, that also we can put here. Then we are going for 1, 2, then we are completing this path, then we are again coming back to 1, 2, if suppose it is not the answer. So what kind of traversal it is? If you look carefully, it is a BFS kind of traversal, breadth first search we are doing here. So same thing will apply in our programming. Now we have to check how we can do this BFS programmatically. So what are the things we have to keep in mind? So for doing a BFS traversal, we need a queue data structure. And what will be the element of this queue? So for that purpose, we have to define one object which will contain three things. One is X coordinate, Y, and the distance. So suppose for this one, X will be 0, Y will be 0, and as it is a initial source, then distance we will maintain as 1. And then we have to put it in the queue and we have to dequeue to do the whole operation. So first thing we'll put in the queue is 0, 0, and we will consider the distance as 1. Next what we will do is we will pop this element and we will put all the adjacent nodes for this in the queue or cell. So if we pop this 0, 0, 1, then what are the adjacent which can be capable of going inside the queue? That is only this one. So that is 0, 1. And that time we will increase the distance to +1. So one layer is completed, you can say here. So next for 0, 1, 2, if we pop this, then where we can go either here or there. Okay, so after this layer, either we can go to here or here. So that will be 0, 2, and we will increase the distance to 1. So 0, 2, 3, and another one will be 1, 2, 3. Okay, so same layer will maintain same distance. Now we have to pop this one 0, 2, 3. So if we pop 0, 2, 3, what we have to insert? It's adjacent, that is this one 1, 2, and there I have to increase the distance 1, 2, 4. Now if you pop this one 1, 2, 3, then we can insert this one because that is the adjacent only. So it will be 2, 2, 4, because as they are in the same layer, so their distance will be same. And this 2, 2, 4 is our destination node. So we got our answer. And what we have to return is that 4 will be our answer in this case. The layer thing is simple, like each and every layer of the BFS tree we are traversing. So here it is level 1, that's why the distance is 1. Here it is level 2, that's why the distance is 2. Here it is 3 for this 2, and here it is 4. Now before moving into the program, one thing we have to keep in mind. When we will do the program, that time how we will traverse to the 8 direction. So from a particular node, our choice of destination will be in the 8 direction, right? Top, left, down, and the corners also. How we will do that in the programming? So for that purpose, we can maintain a two-dimensional array. There it will be 0, 1, 1, 0. So for a particular cell, the xy value, if we add with this x and this y, then whatever new coordinate we'll get, that will be the direction for that. So if you look at this image, then you can get, so if I remove this a bit, so then you can see if you add 0, 1, then right side cell it is denoting. If you add 0, -1, then left side. Top is -1, 0, down is 1, 0, like that way. Now coming to the programming part, first you have to define one static class to hold the object in the queue. So there will be x, y, and distance parameter. Now in shortest path binary matrix, there I have to first define the row and column thing. Then if the like source, there's 0, 0, or the destination, which is the furthest corner, if they are already 1, any of them, then we have to return -1, means result is not possible. Then you have to define a 2D array as direction, what I explained just now. Then you have to define one queue, and initially in that queue I have to put the first element is the 0, 0 element and the distance as 1. So whatever cell we are traversing, that we will block it as 1, because next time when we will go to the 8 direction, we should not pick the one which we already visited. So that's why we are making it as 1 after using. So now if we pop like for the queue, I have to check the queue size, and every iteration I have to dequeue same number of nodes which are is the current size of the queue. So like temporary variable, there I am just dq element I am storing, then x and y and the cost as the distance actually I am taking from here. Then like while running this program, if we got the x and y as my corner cells value, that is 2 comma 2 or 3 comma 3, then we are done, right? That time we have to return the cost simply as answer. If that is not the case, then this direction array we have to traverse and we have to find the next x and next y by just adding the x and y with the array value. And then we have to check for this boundary condition. We have to check if it is going outside of the grid or not. And then if in that grid the value is 0 not 1, then we can proceed to that grid. So that element we will add in the queue, and that time cost will increase to +1, and we will block that element obviously as 1 because next time we can't go to that because that is visited, and we will proceed that one and we will get the result from here if match fine. If we have no path to go, that time we have to return -1 at the end. Now if you submit this one is running. Thanks for watching.